Welcome to Big Brain Puzzles. I am MBW, the Megabit Warrior, and today we are going to be playing the puzzle called Aced, made by James Kopp, and this is going to be a fun one. I'm going to go ahead and go through the rules. I was just going to say, let's go through them, but I want you to see the puzzle first. So, it has 2 tennis rackets. Anyways, so normal Sudoku rules apply, which means digits 1 through 9 in a column, a row, and in between these bold lines are grids. Digits 1 through 9 cannot repeat. That is the rules of Sudoku. But we're only given a limited of numbers because there's other rule sets that are in here. It's a variant Sudoku. It's really fun. So the second rule is digits do not repeat along a marked blue diagonal. So these blue lines right here are also basically in a Sudoku type rule set where basically the digits 1 through 9 are in here. However, they cannot repeat. Adjacent digits along an orange line have a difference of at least 4. So say, for example, if this was a 5, that means this digit can only be a 9 or a 1 because it has to be at least 4 in order to be there. But also the one next to it here has to be at least 1 or a 9. I was just going to see if anything can repeat. It doesn't say that it can't repeat. So for example, these two can both be 9 in other words. Anyways, let's get rid of that before we get confused. The next one, all digits along a blue line, this is going to be the thicker one, must sum to the same total in each of the 3x3 box that it visits. So as you can see, there's those lines right here that kind of go across. So it's basically saying that the sum of these 3 and the sum of these 2 and the sum of these 4 and the sum of these 2, they all have the same sum in each of the grids if you were to add them up together. The central 3x3 box, which is this one, is a magic square. Does it explain what a magic square is? Okay. I'm shocked that it doesn't explain what a magic square is. Basically, how do I explain it? I've done it on puzzles before, so I'm pretty familiar with it. Basically, what it is any way that you look at it, whether it be a row, like a column, or being diagonal, the sum of this and this and this and this, all these different rows and all these different columns and diagonals, they all equal the same number, which is kind of cool, right? Yeah. So that is it. I'm just pressing these arrows just in case there's any other rules set, but that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and start playing this, but if you would like to play alongside, I put the link of the puzzle in the description below, so you can go ahead and click on it and, pause the video and play it yourself, or you could play alongside me, or you could just watch me do horrible decisions, and you're going to be yelling at the screen going why aren't you putting the 7 there? What the heck is wrong with you? It's so obvious, so let's just, we're going to have fun though. For some reason, my throat, I'm going to drink a lot of water, apparently. All right, so we know the rules. We're going to ace this aced. All right, let's go ahead and put the timer on the clock, and let's go. All right, so where do I want to start? I think... I think what I want to do maybe is just start off with the orange. I don't know why. because it has to be, oh no, it's 4, never mind. I was gonna say, if it wasn't had to be a difference by 4, if it was gonna be 5, for example, that means it always has to go to odd, even. But say, for example, there's a 1 right here. This could be a 5, and then it go up to a 9. So it doesn't always go odd, even, or not odd, even. High number, low number. That's what I was trying to say. So like 1, 2, 3, 4 is a low number, and then 6, 7, 8, 9 is a high number. Usually, when you see like a German whisper where it's at least a difference of 5, then you can do that. But 4 is you can't really do that. So I don't think we have enough information then in order to say that then. So let's go ahead and leave it alone then. Sorry, so all of a sudden I press record and now I'm just like, ugh. You know what I probably need to do now that I'm thinking about it? The magic square. That's where we need to start. I was like thinking, I'm like, where do I start? And I just forgot that, hey, there's a magic square in the middle. All right. So, fun fact. If you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, all the numbers in a grid is all the way to 9, right? If you add them all together, the sum is 45. So what is the amount that you can say, like, this is equal to this is equal to this? Well, if you're saying that, again, like 3 numbers here, 3 numbers here, 3 numbers here, that's 45 divided by 3, which is 15. Same thing here. 15. So the sum that it always needs to be is 15. When you go through the logic, the 5 has to go in the middle. From there, how did it go? I'm trying to remember like the exact, I want to say it's, I'm trying to remember if it's even, odd, even. I can't remember, but let's like logically think about it. So if you're looking at a row, I'm just gonna like put a color here. So let's just say green is a odd number. Because the 5's already taken, there's going to be 4 odd numbers here and 4 even numbers here. To make 15, you are not going to be able to, like, I can't make this green because then this has to be green too. So like, that's already using 3 out of the 4, right? So like, if I wanted to get 15 here, I'm like, well, I do need an odd number here. So like, can I put it here maybe? But then this diagonal, let's see, I'm just going to say like, hey, these are even. Well, I guess I'm kind of like proving my theory wrong a little bit, just a little bit. Well, ish. Let's get the numbers out because I'll kind of show you like what I mean. So say for example, let's go with these are the odds that it can be, right? So if this is 1 and then this is, yeah, that's the way it has to go. If basically I need it to equal to 15. So what numbers here can I use in order to get to 15? You can't. Got 12, yeah, 13. You can do 11. You can do, this would go way over, so no. Yeah, so this is like impossible to do. So we already know right away that this is not going to work. So what about having a even here? Well, you can't do that because then two odds would cancel each other out. So then this sum would be even. So therefore, I'm trying to like clean it up for you so I can like visually show you, and I keep on like pressing the wrong button. There you go. Okay. Or the wrong one. Okay. So, in other words, this one right here is our odd one because, again, it has to be 15. So, I'm already going to kind of just show you what it is. This is how it has to be. Because there's an odd one here, this plus this plus this has to equal 15. This is possible. Let me see if this is possible. So yeah, basically it just needs to equal 10. So 1 plus 9, 3 plus 7. So yeah, this is going really well already. Here it has to equal to 10 also because the 5 is right there. So it's like 2 plus 8, 4 plus 6. Yeah, so everything is golden here. So this is how it's going to look, right? Now, ooh, check this out. Since we don't know exactly the route it's going to go, I'm curious about this. This is 4 digits that add together in order to sum all these, right? Well, this is part of this. Sorry. Man, I'm just like coughing everywhere. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, what's the lowest that this can be if I have like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4? A 10. So the sum has to be more than 10 here, which means this can never be over a 5. So that means this can never be a 6 and this can never be an 8. Which means it's going to cut this one down considerably. Very interesting. So because this is a low number, this is either going to equal to 13 or it's going to be equal to 11. Because of the 2 and the 4, right? So if this is, so it's 11 or a 13, and that does work here. The 1 has to be up here. Because let's just say this doesn't have a 1 in it. It would be 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, which is 14. That is not the same as these two. So that's not going to work. So 1 has to be here, which means if 1 is not here, then 9 is not here. Because again, that has to be 10 because 10 plus 5 is 15. Okay. How about the 3? Maybe not. Okay. What about the 2? Can I have this without a 2? Let me think. So 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So it's... Is that 13? Let me see. 5 plus 4 is 9. Plus 3 is 12. And plus 1, yeah. So that could work, actually, without it having a 2. Okay. I feel like I'm missing still, like, some, something. $11 or 13. That means this would also have to be 11 or 13. It's not really. Maybe let's look here. This has to be 4 away from each other, right? So if it was 6, can this be 6? In other words, it would have to be 4 away, so it can't go up. But then if not, it has to be a 1 or a 2. And there is no 1 or a 2 here, so this can never be a 6. Which means our 6 is absolutely going to be down here. Can this be a 2? This is a 2, that means this has to be a 4, which is 6. Then this would have to be 9. Okay, that does work. What about an 8? If this is an 8 and this is a 2, that means a 5 would have to go there. That doesn't work. If this is an 8 and it's a 4, that means it's 12. And then so a 3 would have to go there. So that works, actually. But if this was an 8... Oh, yeah. Okay, so if this was an 8... I'm trying to show it like without like messing up pencil marks. Let's see if I can do it. So if this is an 8, that means this has to be a 4, right? Which does work with this being a 6. This 8 would have to make this the 2. Yeah, that works out. Ooh. I think that might be the solution, but I still need to like cancel some other things out. Maybe I should look at this a different way. Can this ever be a 7? If this is a 7, let's go 7, 2, so 9. So this would have to have a 6 in it. Cannot do it. 7 plus 4. That means this would have to also be a 4. You can't have 4s in the same line. So this can never be a 7. So in order for this to work over here, it has to be a 1 or a 7. So this can never be a 3. Because it has to have a 6 in there, 6 plus 1 is 7. So you would have to have an 8. So the 6 and the 8 have to be together if it's the 1. If it's a 6 and a 7, making it 13, that means there have to be a 2. In other words, it's never going to be a 4 or 2, right? Let me do that again. Oh, no, it could be a 2. Seven, 6, 2, or a 1, 8, 6. Okay. This is so fascinating. I really like magic squares, like to kind of like field it out like this. Is kind of cool. Um, but yeah, okay. So I think what it's trying to say is the 6 has to be at an 8 at some point. So like it's either going to be here or it's going to be here. Can this ever be an 8? If this was an 8, that would make this the 1. So make this a 7. And then that would be the 2. And then 8, 2, yeah. My hunch is I think this is the 8. Man, but I don't want to I don't want to say like it's absolutely it. Ugh. So good. I like this. This puzzle's cool. I like this puzzle. I like it. Okay. Wait, let's go back to the 4 rule. I jumped around. I kind of like started going around in a circle again. Can this ever be a 4? It means that this could never be a 3. Could be a 9. So 4, 9, yeah. If this is an 8, 3 works there. So let me see. 8, 3, it's 11, and 4. Which would make this the 2. So 4, 2. Should make this the 9. Let's make this the 1. Man. It seems like that all works. Since this is working, maybe I need some more clues somewhere. Because it's legit just working. Like everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I think I need to get back to this being 11 or 13. I think maybe that's where that's kind of saying like putting it like where is it going to land? Like say for example, can this ever be a 1? Like that's a good question. Well, the answer is no, because it needs to be 11 or 13. And so 1 plus this is never going to be 11 or 13. So this is never a 1. And what did I say? Like, if this was a 1, like what does the 1 have to be accompanied with? I think it's the 9, right? So if this is 1, it'd be 9. If this is 1, this would be 9. So this could be 9. Yeah, that works. This could be a 3. Because it could be 3, 8. Yeah, that works. No, that works just fine. Well, okay. I feel like I should be getting this like faster. Like, what is You know what's interesting? I just noticed none of these can be 2. Does that matter? I don't feel like because it's like a 4, like I don't know if there's this number does see all these though. Hmm. I'm wondering. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna put all these numbers here really quick. So I'm just gonna show it out loud. Well, obviously it can't be a 2 because the 2's seeing it right there. Anyways, if this is a 4, it would have to be 4 away, so it'd have to be an 8 or a 9. This 8 is on the same line, so it has to be at least a 9 then. And this can be whatever it wants to be. Yeah, so that there's actually no big limit on it. Interesting. That was a long way of saying, like, I can't really solve for this yet. Yeah, I don't foresee. Or actually, because this is a 2 and an 8, and it has to be 4 away, we at least know that it can never be a 5. Because 5 is not ever... Whatever number it is, 2, 4, 8, this can never be a 5, in other words. I think same thing as like 6. 1026, never mind. Yeah, so it just can't be a 5. Interesting. And 5 is seeing this, 5 is seeing that, 5 is seeing that. I'm actually going to do like a high number, low number thing for this. Because this is an interesting concept. So, because this is... We just don't know what it is. But because the 5's seeing this, this has to be like opposite. I don't like the color that I'm choosing. Let me go here. Okay. So let's just say that this is pink. That means this one would have to be blue. And then this one have to be pink. The only way that it can be the same color is that it has to hit a 5 and then it can like switch around. However, because the 5 is seeing all these, we know at least that these are blue and pink. And if I go around and just go blue, blue, nope. Because it should go blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue. But this is pink. So that means there is a 5 somewhere here. Or it could be here too. Interesting. Yeah, so there's a 5 here that's going to, there can't be two fives on it because if it goes two fives, then it's going to go back to the same pattern. But it's not the same pattern. So that means there's at least one 5 in this whole realm. I like this. This is fascinating. I wonder if this is like the way to kind of break it. Like, I like it. Okay. Only problem is I just don't know if only I knew if it was like high low high low. Can this ever be a 5? Yeah. 9 to 5. That would work. This could be a 9 too. Damn. I thought for sure that was gonna do something. But at least we know that there has to be a 5 in there. That's a good observation that we put together, at least. All right. What about maybe we need to do something with the blue line. This one is seeing this grid, so this line doesn't have a 1 in it. The 1's not here, so we know that for sure in this grid, the 1 is going to be here somewhere. I don't know why that, like, I don't know if that's going to help at all, but it's true at least. Same thing as 3. 3's not here, 3's not there, so 3 is going to be on here. Again, I don't know how much this is like helping at all, but it's true. We know at least 5 has to go here somewhere. Hmm. One cannot go here. Because again, it's either going to be like 1 or 13. Or sorry, 11 or 13. This 1 is seeing this. That means that the 1 is down here somewhere. I was like, can either of these be 1? I don't see anything restricting it. There's 3 here, so it can go here. And I don't see... We don't know where the 1 goes here yet, so... I was trying to see if I can maybe make this a 1, but it's too... It's just not there. It's not there, guys. Okay. I said it was 11 or 13, right? Okay. Let me do this again. 6 plus 1 is 7. So there could be a 6. 6 plus 10, so it could be a 2. Can it ever be an 8? Oh, with it being a 1. So 8 plus that. 8 plus 6 plus 1. Yeah, no. Blah. Let me think about this. So I want to do it here just to kind of like show the math that I'm doing in my head. So if this was ever a 1, that means it has to be accompanied by the 6 and the 8, like on either side. I don't know what side, but let's just say it's this, right? The 1 is automatically going to make the 9 over here. Same thing like vice versa. This is always going to be a 4. This is always going to be the 2. I'm going to get rid of these ones, by the way, just to briefly show what I'm trying to talk about. So with that, this would always have to be a 3. And then this would always have to be a 7. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I know this formation works, but does it work the other way where if this is the 1, it would have to shift a little bit, right? So like if this is the 1, that means the 6 and 8 are here. Obviously the 6 would have to go here because the 8 can't go on the top. So it would be this way. This would make this the 2. This would make this the 4, which that one was 8 plus 4, 3. And then this one was the, what is it? Let me just add these together. 6, okay, 9. In other words, what I'm trying to say, it's because I saw that there's only, the 1 can only go in 2 places, right? So if the 1 was here, this one has to be a 9. If the 1 is here, this is a 3. In other words, can this ever be a 7? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to say, like, depending on the 1 where the 1 is, can I get the 7 over here? Oh, you know what? Maybe, because the 6 doesn't have to be right there. I could switch it around this way. So in other words, these could be switched. And then this would work. Wow. Okay, so that disproved everything that I was doing. Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. I was trying to see if the 1s would do it, but the magic circle is just magic and it just keeps on rotating and it works just fine. So I guess not. Darn it. So it has nothing to do with the magic circle, the magic square then. I need to get that in my head. I've been trying to figure out like how to figure that part out. But now that I'm thinking about it, it has to be outside. Something here needs to break this down a little bit more and then it will open up. Let me go back to here because I know that the 5 seeing all this stuff was pretty cool like to see. So maybe I'm missing something on like this movement around. So for example, if this is a blue, the only possible way for this to be a 5 is if this is a 9, which would make this, the pinks, be high numbers. I don't. You know what I can say? The 4 is up here. Just because I did that with the 6s, might as well label it here too. That means this can never be a 4. Can this ever be a 6? If this is a 6, no, it could still be a 2. Damn. Maybe I need to think about this blue line. I'm going to make this yellow really quick. So this one right here, just so you can see what I'm trying to say, is if this is on the blue line, that means it has to go somewhere here. So the 2 and the 4 have to go here at some point. If I was gonna say, like, if it comes down here, I can't really say that though. Man, this is a tough one. I don't know why I thought this puzzle was gonna be like a tad easier than I was thinking. Like, not that I was trying to find an easy puzzle. I'm making it sound like uh like I'm like, yeah, I definitely knew exactly what I was doing. Ha ha ha. Let me read the rules again. No. 11 or 13. No, it has to be. This is 9. This is 2. Wait. No. Sorry. This would be 4. That's how it goes. This is 9. This would be 4. That'd be 2. That would make that 8. Hold on. I know I already showed this. I'm just gonna kind of show it again, just so you can visually see what I'm trying to say. Um, and that would have to be 8. Yeah. Um, 8, 7, 1, 6. Okay. So sorry. This being a 3 makes this not a 7 or not a 5. I can't do 9 here because then 9 would have to go here. So that means this is not a 5. So that means a 5 would have to be here. It's 2. It's 3. Hmm. I am like having so much trouble seeing this. I it's just crazy. Four being up. No, that doesn't do anything. Just trying to see if like the 4. This is 9. It could be either a 2 or 4. This is 3. It would have to be an 8. It does work going alongside here. Two would be on here. I'm having a trouble time seeing this. I am all I'm thinking about right now, I'm like, it's like it's almost been like 50 minutes and I need to pee so bad. Oh my god. And maybe if I do go pee, I'll just keep it'll take my eyes off of it for a second so when I come back, like maybe I'll be like, "Oh yeah, it just goes right there." Um but I don't know. Like I'm trying to piece this together of just again, I know that this has to be equal to 11 or 13, right? So it can't have anything like super high, like a 9 or anything like that. Maybe that's what it is. No, there's too many numbers that it could be anywhere here, though. Like, that doesn't. It's frustrating because I'm like, I know it's something simple. It has to be something simple. And the 5 can't go there. This could be a 5 still, but I don't think the 5 would do anything here. I'm at least gonna go pee real quick. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm actually like a lot more tired than I thought. Okay. Cleansed of all the pee and re-looking at this. Okay. So, trying to prove. Oh, yeah. I made these markings right here because I wanted to kind of formulate this. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to. I know it has to do with like the way that this goes around, and I know that there's going to be a 5 somewhere in there. So anyways, what we were saying was that if this is absolutely an 8, this would have to be a 3. 4. Like this, it has to lay out like exactly like that. Right? I mean, if it was an 8-3. Right. I was thinking, can it go the opposite way? Like, if this is a 3, 4, 8. No, oh, wait, because the 8 can't go here. Okay. So, yeah. So, it have to be like that. Okay. So, if this is an 8, the only possible numbers is a 1 or a 3. Which means it can come up back to like a 7, 8, or a 9 here. Again, it just doesn't have to match that part. Actually, that can't be a 3 because the 3's right here. Because it's 8, 3. So -4. So this would have to be a 1. So actually, that's good to know. So if it's an 8, 3, 4, this would have to be a 1. Too bad that's like the lowest number, because then basically it could be like 5 or higher. I mean, it's not gonna be 5 because we already established that the 5s are gonna be somewhere else. But wait a minute. I had this labeled right here. Because again, this has to have 1s on it. Since the 1 is seeing this has to have a 1. So this can never be a 1, right? And because of that, at least just disprove that this can never be the magic square. Because if this is an 8, 3, the only number that this can be is a 3 if this is an 8. So that means this can never be an 8. Okay. Wait, and that solves it. That solves it. Okay. And then, yeah. This would be 6, that'd be 9. I did do that correctly, right? 8, 3. And then the 1. Let's see that. I mean, what if the 3... No, because then no, it has to be because the 2 and the 4 have. Yeah. Okay. So I disproved that this can't be an 8. Okay. So that means this is a 9. Okay. And since that's a 9, we know that this is the 1. So we're at least getting... We're finally getting the numbers that they're needing to be. Which is great. Like, they're all grouped now. Okay, let's get rid of this, because like this is definitely not supposed to be there. No, this is good. This is good. And then we know this is a low number. Oh, perfect. I am so happy. You don't even know right now. Okay, let's get rid of these colors because we don't no longer need those. But we can now start labeling this. So these are going to be low numbers. So it's not going to be a 2, so it's either going to be a 1, 3, or 4. This can never be a 3, because it's going to be a high number. Okay, perfect. Perfect. This 3 is seeing this, so like this can never be a 3, it's going to be a 1 or a 4. Can this ever be 4? Yes, if this is 8. Actually, if this is a 2 or a 4, this could never be a 6. Oh, wait. 2 plus 4 is 6. Never mind. That does work. But if this is a 6, this can never be a 4. But an 8 can work with that. So, okay. This is where I don't know where it is, but either way, I think going P actually saved us, because I was like I don't know if we're gonna do this, but this is great. This is great. Good. I am happier now. Because this is actually I actually did something. Yay! I did something. Okay, so this has to be 7 or 6, or 3 or 8. In other words, 13 or 11. So we still don't know exactly if it's going to be a 13 or 11 yet. Bummer. If this is a 4, this has to be an 8. I'm trying to think, like, for this to be a 4, this has to be an 8. For any of these to be 4. It only works if there's an 8 here. So let's just say that there is an 8. No, never mind. I was just trying to think because like I was like, it can't be the same number here, so it can't be a 4 both here, but like it doesn't need to be. Okay, because there's still a 1 here, this could still be a 5. Maybe I need to look at the ones again. So, yeah, so this has to have a 1 in it. I like it. I like it. Okay. Um, ooh, the 2. Oh, wait, I did say that it doesn't have to have a 2 in it, right? I think we proved that it doesn't need to have a 2. Maybe. Let's see. So 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 4 is 8. Plus 6 you can do. Wait. 1 plus 3, 4. Plus 4 is 8. Plus 5 is 13. It doesn't have to have a 2 in it, in other words. But what we do know is the 2's are here, 2's are here, so there has to be, so at least the 2 has to be down here somewhere. Okay. If this went high again, let's just say that this was a 5. Like it actually did go to a 5. This is never the 5. Or at least, if it is the 5, it can't switch it because the 1 is seeing it. This 1 is seeing this. So in other words, this always has to be like a higher. Like a 5, like I'll just label it. So like it's either gonna be a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Always. I wonder if you can have multiple 5s though. Like if this could be a 5, but then the 5 goes this way. Like it could go 9, 5, 9. That would be funny. But it could. And just have like the other 5 here. I know if it did do that. Boom, boom, boom. It could. That's crazy. Um, Again, this would have to be a 1 in order for that to be a 5. So far, that checks out. 1, 1. The 1 is somewhere here in this grid. I'm getting tired. I played this too late. It started like 2 in the morning. Um, like, yeah, dang, it's like 2. Oh, I'm so tired. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? What am I doing, guys? What am I? Who am I? I don't know who I am. I know it has to do something with this whisper line. Like it has to. Like I feel like again, if this is a 5, because it, let me see. Adjacent digits along the orange line have a difference of at least 4. Doesn't say that they can't repeat. So this could be a 9, 9 with 5 here. That would make this one blue. Well, that's interesting. This 1 and 2 is seeing this, and the 3 seeing this. It has to be a low number, so the only number it can be is a 4. 9 worked with the 4, though, so 9, 4. But that would make this an 8 or a 9. That's if I said that this is a 5. Like, if this is a 5, this would be a 9. This should be a 4, which would make this 8. That makes it impossible to have a 5 here. So this can never be a 5. Yes. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to say that this is a low number. This is a low number. It would have to be a 1 in order for this to be a 5. 9 is seeing this. Yeah, the 1 and the 9 are seeing this, so like it would do the same thing. And then this 5 is seeing this 5. So yeah, this can never be a 5. Slowly but surely, we're like eliminating some stuff. But that means, again, this is 1, 2, 3, all seeing this. But all those see that, just like I was saying. So this is a 4. Oh, that's scary. I don't know why that scares me. Like, cause like I feel like I said the logic pretty solidly, but like yeah, it has to be. Yeah, because the 9 and the 1 are seeing this there. So okay. So it's a 4. This means that can't be a 5. So the 5 has to go here. But this means that this is a 9. And that works with the 5. Perfect. Oh my god, I finally got it through. And then this is the 1. 1 up here. Oh, this is great. This is okay. I'm actually happy. We're making some headway. So I'm gonna start like doing some things. I can't believe that took, what is it, hour and 18 minutes. Holy hell. Maybe I'm just asleep. Because I am tired. So like maybe I'm just asleep right now. Okay, anyways. That's an 8. 4 away. It works with both of those. So, but it does see this. So this is our 6. This is our 8. That's our 2. That's our 4. That's our 7, and that's our 3. So there we go. Magic square is complete. We do see that it is now a 13. So now we finally have that number. This is seeing this. This has to be 4 away from here. So this has to be an 8. 4 away from here still works with that, so I'm not going to touch that just yet. Perfect. Maybe I can get something out of here. Let me see. It's going to be a 2 here. Oh, 5 here. So 5, 2, 7, it could be somewhere, and 6, it could be somewhere, but it's not showing. So this 5 is seeing this 5 up here, which this 5 sees 5 is somewhere here. And we don't yet know where the 5 is here, so. Okay, but we at least know that this is the 6 and the 7. In which, down here, it's going to be a 3 and a 8. Actually, let's just fill in all these things. This is our 1, 6, 4 is going to be over here. 5. Nine. Okay, what number are we missing then? 7? Yeah, 7. Okay. And then this needs to equal 13. I'm not sure I want to do that just yet, but that's at least the magic right there. What about I was gonna say, what about 8? I was trying to see if like the 8s were seeing that, but not sure yet. So I'm just gonna leave that. Twos. Two seeing that, so there's gonna be a 2 here. We don't know about the 2 on the other way, so okay, 3 is gonna go here. 4 is gonna go here. We actually don't have a lot for 4 up here. Interesting. The 8 is seeing all these, so the 8 is going to be down here, which means the 8 is going to be up here. Eight. Maybe there's some more here. 2 cannot go here. 2 cannot go here. Oh, yeah. Perfect. So this is an 8-2 pair. So again, the 4 is going to be up here. What about 6? The 6 is not yet spoken for. I'm just going to like make some labels here. I don't know. I didn't mean to put the 4 there. I meant to just put the 6. But the 4 can go anywhere here. 6 and then 7 and then 9 can go here. Okay. Interesting. 1, 2, 3. There's 6 numbers still there. All right. Yeah, 1 can go anywhere here. I just don't want it. I don't think that. Trying to make it 13 by doing this is not doable. It's not like. Nah. Five. I'm just gonna label it. Screw it. 8. Actually, hold on. This could never be an 8. There's no way. Like 1, 2, 3, 6 plus 8 is 14. So yeah, that's way above. This could never be an 8. Get out of here. Get out of here. But this is kind of like free range on where this 8 is here, so it doesn't like matter. Let me see. So if 6 is here, I mean 6 has to be somewhere here. We at least we at least know that this has to be like a 5 or higher. So this is either 5, it's not a 6, 7, can't be an 8, so or 9. So these are the 3 possibilities that this number is. If it's a 4, it would have to be a 9. Yeah. Waka waka waka. Waka waka waka. Two's right here. Two. Oh, this is also a double, a 2-8 double, like this one. Okay. So I'll make this 6, 7 because of this right here. Ooh, so that means I thought I was gonna dwindle a little bit, but it actually has it here, so it's not like it's not cropping it like too much. What about the 9? No, any of these can be 9. Yeah, like. Full. Bummer. Do I try to do math right here? I mean, it's 13, so like it at least can't do 9s. Since the 9's seeing that, has to be there. Like the 9 can go anywhere here. So that's not helpful. What it does do though is if the 9 can only be here and the 9 can be only here, 9 can go here. Showing that like at least if we do put a 9 somewhere, it's gonna have to be either here or here. Doesn't do much. If this is a 9, can I get 13 out of this? 9 cannot be an 8, so it'd be 3. That's 12. and then a 1. So that works. What about an 8? 12, that works. What about a 7? 10, that does not work. 7 doesn't work. Yeah, 7 does not work. What about 6? 6 plus 3 is 9. 4. That works. Okay. 6 works. Four, 1. Yeah, so that works. All right. So I mean, maybe I'll just label them because there are a lot of low numbers here. Because for 13, and there has to be 4 there. Has to have a 1 in it. Could have a 2, but 2 can only go there. 3 can go here. 4 can go here. If there's a 5, it can go here. Can it be a 6? Let me see. So if we have a 6, these would have to equal 7. I don't know why, I'm not mathing. I think I'm getting tired. To get 7, you have to have a 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. Problem with that is the 2 and the 4 are here only. So again, if this is 6, this has to be a 1, 2, 4. But the 2 and the 4 can't go anywhere here. So yeah, this can't be a 6. So the only solution that this can be is a 4. 7 seeing this also, and I already established that 8 and 9 cannot go on it. So this is a 4, which makes this a 1. I sure hope I got this logic right. Which means 6 goes somewhere here. Eight doesn't go there. Yeah, so this is going to be a 6, 9. Somewhere like that. Does this have to have a 5 in it? Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it does have to have a 5 in it. So that means a 5 can never go here. So if there's a 5 and a 1, does it have to have a 3? So it can never be a 2, in other words. 3, 5. Let me just do that logic again. 2 plus 4 is 6. I'd have to make this equal to 7. And I can't see any way of making that 7, so yeah. I did that right. Okay, so no 2. 2s are here. Too bad they're not matching. That would have been helpful. It's not helpful now. Okay. At least slowly getting there. Okay, so now that I know that the 1, 3, and 5 are here. Again, I know that means that there's no 5 here. So the 2 has to go here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. Okay. I want to clean this up a little bit so it's like easier to see. Okay. But this 6, 7 is seeing these, so these can never be 6, 7 down here. Meaning 9 is here. Guess that 2 can go there, but 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That didn't work out as much as I thought it was. I thought I was gonna be able to cut this down, but alas. But alas. I could just label like what can be 13 right here, even though it's gonna be a lot. You know, basically it's anything other than 1, 2, 3. But let me see. If there's a 4 in it, foreseeing that. So if there's a 4 in it, it would have to be a 9, and 9 is actually good. Wow. Oh, wait. The 9 is here, and the 9s are here, so this can never be a 9. So this can never be a 4. Okay. Here we go. So what about a 5? Ooh, the light turned off. That means it's past my bedtime. 5 and 8. That does work. Okay, 5 and 8 work. So what about 7 and 6? 6 is seeing that, so this could be a 7. This could be a 6. Yeah. And then 8, I already got that, and then 9. Okay. So these are the possibilities for this. Does that help me any? Like, oh, I just noticed that this is 1 is here. So that means that one is here. Oh, oh my God. Could I have done this a long time ago? Okay, so that's 6. Okay. What was this, 13? So that means we have to get 7 here. The only way to get 7 is a 4-3. So, Jesus, that actually did wonders for this. Holy cow. Why didn't I see that one earlier? Oh my God. All right. So 3 didn't see that anymore, and then we already said 3 is not up here, so 3 is going to be here. So holy cow. This one sees this, so this is a 3. This is the 5. This is the 1. Beautiful. Did we get all the ones? We did. Cool. All right. Wow, that was cool. So 4 seeing that, so the 4 has to go down here. Since the 4 is down here, 4 is going to go here somewhere. Well, 3. 3. But 3s are seeing that, so this is our 3. That sees all the way up here, and that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Light, losing my religion. Okay, so 3s are coming here. So, bam. Clean this up a little bit. This has to... Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. I forgot. It has to be 4 after that, so it actually still works. Okay, so 3. Is that all the 3s? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, 3s are good. Okay, good. I'm actually getting excited. Like, this is flowing a little bit. I'm like, what is this? I'm not used to things flowing. 2. No, actually, that could still be 2. So. So 1, 2, 4 is here. 5, 6. About 7. Any of these can still be 7. Okay. So anyways, this is a 9 or a 7. This can never be a 7. Can it be an 8? I think it can. Okay. But it can't be a 9. Okay. So I did say that 9s are here, so I'm just gonna label that there has to be a 9 here. Yep, okay. Oh, check this out. 2, 7, 9, and 7, 9. So this is a triple right here. So that means this can never be a 9 right here. This is going to be the other one. What is it? Why am I not seeing it? Is it 4? Yeah, 4. Okay, so 4 is not there. What that does mean, though, is the 9 is here, which means this can never be a 9. That means the 9 is here. So that means down here, this is the 9. because this 9 and this 9 is here, that means this is our 9 up here. It's a 2-8 pair. So that's not going to be a 2. That is right? Let me just do this, because if not, because I can probably break it here if this is the case. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's right here. 5 is seen, both of them. 6 here. So that could be a 7 either. And why didn't I say? Oh yeah, 7's right here. And then 8 is what I'm looking for, and 9. So yeah, this is a 2-8 pair. So that means this is our 7. That's our 6. I think that actually might. Oops, the wrong one. That actually might clear the entire board. I think. Like it's just gonna come together. Come together right now over me. Yeah, so beautiful. Okay. I'm wondering about here though. Can this be 6 at all? Yeah, this can be 6. So this is a 4, 7, 6. Okay, this 2, 8 sees this, so this is our 2 here. That's gonna make that an 8, that a 2, making that the 8, and that the 2. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cover girl. 4 is gonna see down here. 7 is gonna see that. 7, 4. This is looking fantastic, by the way. I am very happy with the way that this is flowing right now, because I feel like we are at the very end of the puzzle, and that was a long time coming, because and that checks out right there. Perfect. This was a really good puzzle, but I got stuck on it so hard, and I'm happy that I didn't quit though, because it's satisfying when you finally get it, and you're like, oh, success. It's the 8. That's what it is. I was like looking for the 1. I was like, where is the? So that's a 7. There it is. Oh my goodness. I have regrets for doing that puzzle so late in the night. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching another Big Brain Puzzles. Again, I will put this in the, or you guys were probably playing along, but every other Sunday I do another puzzle, Big Brain Puzzle. So I hopefully you stay tuned and you play along. And again, subscribe to my channel and do all the things that like, you know, people that watch videos do, you know, like support me, you know, with the like, with the thumb. No, I'm just kidding though, but seriously, you should subscribe and stuff, you know. Haha. But anyways, again, lots of cool stuff on this channel, so hopefully you guys stay tuned, and I will see you guys next time. Later, guys.